Quarterback Andrew Luck shook up the entire NFL world by abruptly announcing his retirement from professional football in the middle of his prime. So now I ask the question, is there any chance Andrew Luck ever decides to make a comeback to the NFL? What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, a little NFL. As I mentioned, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe by hitting the big red subscribe button down below and turn on my post notifications because I do talk a lot of football on this channel. And so you want to be notified every time I post a new video, go ahead and click the bell icon for that. And while you're at it, folks, make sure to follow me on my social media links down below and on the screen for that as well. You guys know the topic. I've got a lot to say. I'll pose the question to you guys as well as, of course, myself. So let's talk about this possibility of if Andrew Luck will ever return to the NFL. Now, there's a lot of directions I could go here, but I'll start off by simply saying this. If you were to go into a lab and you were to hypothetically build the perfect prototypical quarterback, you would get Andrew Luck. What do I mean by that? 6'4", 240 pounds, big arm, strong, smart, can move inside the pocket, can move outside the pocket, can make every throw, good leader, good locker room guy, good in the clutch. Everything you could ask for in a quarterback, Andrew Luck was. This was the guy that replaced Peyton Manning. And Colts fans were able to get a seamless transition from an all-time legend to a guy in Andrew Luck. I'm not saying he's the best ever. Obviously, there's been guys that have done it like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers. But if you were to just build the perfect quarterback, Andrew Luck had everything. Okay, literally everything. And to me, he was born to play football. Now, I made another video talking about his decision to walk away from football. You guys can go check that out. I have no issues with that. Obviously, Andrew Luck can make the decision that's best for him, and he obviously did. But I'm here to answer the question of whether I believe he ever returns to the NFL. And to me, I've always said this. If you have a gut feeling, you usually follow it. And to me, something in my gut tells me that Andrew Luck will make a comeback in the future. I just see it in the sense of a guy in the middle of his prime with a lot of football left, walking away from, what Colts owner Jim Irsay said, $500 million in future earnings. But even keeping that aside, talking about a guy who his whole life has been a football player, who's been known as a football player, whose whole image has been football, and that's all he's known. I'm not saying Andrew Luck doesn't have other interests. I'm not saying Andrew Luck does not have a life outside of pro football. Of course, he's already racked up $100 million in salary. He's a Stanford graduate, a smart guy. But there's nothing like that camaraderie in the locker room. There's nothing like the competition of pro sports. There's nothing like that juice. There's nothing like it when you step inside the huddle and you're surrounded by your guys and you're able to go out and do what you love, because everything in life revolves around your passion. That's what you get your happiness from. And to me, Andrew Luck seems like right now it's a frustration period for him in which, of course, his body has taken too many hits and football has not been fun for him because it sucked the joy out of football because of his injuries. Now, if he were to get healthy, take a year off, 2 years off, I don't know when this would happen, but I just have a gut feeling that I think it's possible that Andrew Luck does come back to play for pro football just because of what I believe that he can still provide and what he has left. And maybe selfishly, I'm saying this because I felt like I never appreciated Andrew Luck enough when he was in the league, and maybe I should have. For all of the reasons I mentioned before, man, this was the guy, okay? And a Colts organization who I absolutely think, played a huge part in him walking away from the game by not giving him the offensive line, by not giving him the protection that he deserved, that he needed. I believe Andrew Luck would still be playing pro football if he didn't take all those hits. So to me, I didn't have this feeling with Calvin Johnson. I was obviously too young when Barry Sanders announced his retirement, but something in my mind tells me, and something in my heart tells me, that I do believe Andrew Luck will come back at some point, refreshed, rejuvenated, to play pro football again. That's just how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Andrew Luck will ever come back and play pro football? Something in my gut tells me he'll return. Whether or not that's with the Colts, we don't know. how that's going to work in terms of if they would still have his rights or whatnot. But something just tells me Andrew Luck is going to miss this. Again, no problem with this decision. If this is the last we've seen of Andrew Luck, obviously I'm sad, disappointed. The fact that I selfishly didn't get to enjoy him and watch him more. But that's just how I feel about it. I wish the best of luck, of course, to Andrew Luck and the future that holds for him. But let me know what you guys think, man. Do you think Andrew Luck ever makes a comeback in pro football? I've given my thoughts. Let's hear yours. Leave a comment down below if you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.